Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, in Justice League issue number 17. Look, I don't think that I have taken my time. I've only read this once, but as long as I took reading this comic book, because I wanted everything to sink in the first time, I don't think I've had this much fun slowly, patiently reading a Justice League comic book since Grant Morrison's run. Back when, literally in my head, I'm thinking back when, Aztec sacrificed himself for the greater good. Wow. This was a solid issue. And when I read the credits, I want you to notice who's missing. So this issue is called Old Frontier. Story, Scott Snyder. Pencils, Jim Chung. Chung with Mark Morales did, and Walden Wong did the inks. The colors are Tomio Morey. Letters, Tom Napolitano. Chung and Romulo Fiaro Jr. did the cover. And Will Conrad with Alex Sinclair did the variant cover. Which name is missing? James Tynion IV. Yeah, they, I guess Scott's just like, listen, man, thanks for showing up. It was really cool. I got some things worked out in my life right now, so I think I'm in a good place again. And he's back, ladies and gentlemen. This comic book was so damned detailed. The way that it didn't manipulate time, all right? But they did that whole thing where it's like, okay, here's this part. Now we're going to step it back a little bit, and we're going to see. Now, we didn't get quite to the part that we saw before, but we kind of breezed past it quickly, you know? But this is a comic book that is, as it's progressing forward, they're delving back into a story that John Johns, Martian Manhunter, is telling. Now, I felt that I knew where the story was going. And it turns out I was right. But I swear to God, until they freaking spelled it out for me, I couldn't be sure. There's going to be a whole bunch of people, like my little 5-year-old. It's going to be like, I knew that you were going to come home right now. How'd you know? I don't know. I just knew. Then you didn't know. You guessed. Shut up. Don't mistake knowledge with guesswork. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, it was all guesswork the entire time. Because I'm just like, dude, what? But when it finally confirmed my thoughts, I'm like, oh, it felt so good. It felt so good. This comic book, dude, oh my God, this relationship between Martian Manhunter and Lex Luthor, because those are the only two characters who are really in the comic book. Although at the end, Batman says 2 sentences. They're both the same words, but it's the way that they're said. It's so goddamn Batman. Did y'all forget that Scott Snyder can write some Batman? This comic book, man. I wish I would have read this yesterday. I really do. I wish I would have read this last night, I should say. There's just so many comic books out this week. I got 27 comic books. That's just the actual physical copies that I bought. There are also some digitals I'm probably going to consider, or that I'm almost assuredly going to get. But I got 27 physical copies. I haven't bought this many physical copies in a comic book. I usually try to leave it down to about 20 and sometimes allow myself to go over. I got 27. I could not decide which ones to put down. And we're not talking about 1 or 2. We're talking about 7. There's a lot of comic books this week, so I feel a little bit bad that I couldn't get to this comic book, but there's only but so much. I'm a human, bro. I'm a human, all right? But look, I wasn't particularly happy with the drastic change to Martian Manhunter's story with the previous issue that we just read. Albeit, I get to reading this issue, I'm like, nope, I'm okay. F the old story. And we're getting kind of partial origin stories in the John Orlando stories. I'm not reading the Martian Manhunter story. I'm sorry. I read issue 1. It was just way too effing weird. I'm done. I'm out. Like that. I'm out. But, I'm not going to leave me some Justice League. And especially not with some stories being told like this. My God. I'm telling you straight up. It's early as hell. We only in February. So I think we need to write this one down as a candidate for comic book of 2019. That's real talk, baby. That is real talk. This one blew me the hell away. It was solid through and through. I'm sorry, what would any of you change with this comic book? Exactly. This was really good. If you didn't pick this up, I'm sure there's still time to go back and rectify your mistake. I don't know that the first appearance, I've never seen these monsters before that are in here. And I doubt they're going to turn into something special. But then again, it's Scott Snyder, so you don't know. You think you know, but thinking you know isn't knowing, it's guessing. There's a difference. Don't be a 5-year-old. So definitely, like, whatever, man. This, I don't know, man. Like, I don't think I've gotten a digital copy of Justice League in forever. But if you went digital on this one, you might be... Just being able to actually read the comic book, man. Forget about first appearances. This was such a gorgeous comic book. Great interaction in here. Wow. Talking about two enemies, desperate enemies. Oh, hell yeah. It's 2 leaders parlaying. That's all I'm saying. All right, dudes, I'm out. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.